Twitch CEO really needs to count his days. Reason being is because in this past weekend at TwitchCon, there was a situation that occurred with one of his top female streamers on the platform. Her name is Emiru, and she was completely assaulted by one of the fans that ran up on her during the event that she hosted. Now, the crazy thing about this situation is that the event that was hosted was a meet and greet, and she did not want to even host the event. She even stated clearly that she was only hosting the event because she was promised a show.
I'm sorry,
I kept my
Emmy.
meet and greet because I wanted to keep my show. Surely it'll be fine.
I'm sorry, Emmy.
I'm sure everyone will be nice.
This was stated amongst other top female streamers, one of them being Senna, who has also encountered a very, very scary situation dealing with a weird fan that came out of nowhere.
So I had to cancel my meet and greet because of the stuff, but in order to, I can't cancel my meet and greet and not cancel her show because of the fact that the reason I cancel my meet and greet is I don't want to be in the same place for 2 hours because of people being weird.
Okay.
And then I'm under contract with them, so I can't cancel one and not cancel the other.
Now, looking at this situation, you'd probably think the CEO would have a better response than what he came up with. Essentially, he kind of went into a whole rant that kind of just seems like it was just more so about blaming it on the creator instead of actually taking accountability as a CEO who's hosting an event for such a major platform.
I guess parasocial kind of creeps. What are you guys doing to prioritize safety? Because I know also a bunch of Twitch content creators said that they were too scared to even come to TwitchCon this year, just in case something like what happened yesterday would happen.
The safety of our creators is the top priority. The challenge we face is a challenge in today's society. It's not limited to Twitch. It extends throughout our society. I do think that when you're live streaming, in many ways, since you control your community and you can ban people, you can make it so that those people that you don't want engaging with you and participating with you aren't there, okay? It's very different, you know, when I use other short form content and people say all sorts of stuff, well, I can't stop that.
Now, with the recent growth of streaming as a whole, as well as the IRL scene, you'd think that the platform would take more initiative taking better care of their top creators. And if they want to have another TwitchCon, they better go ahead and get something in place, because I can tell you right now, a lot of these streamers are not going to be attending these events solely because of the fact that they are not guaranteed their protection. A lot of the times they go to these events and sometimes they might even be scared if they're going to walk out that door the next day. The overall community response to this situation was not in agreement. Everybody was against Clancy's response, as well as what he had planned to try to further assist with these type of situations. Now, to me, it sounds like he's going to be doing a whole lot of nothing. He simply stated that the creator would need to focus more on managing their community or even taking the initiative to block the individual. I'm not sure if they're living under a rock or if this is back in the 1800s, but simply put, you cannot block somebody out of your life. Just blocking somebody on Twitch is not going to prevent that person from coming to find you IRL at an event that you're hosting. Even Emiru's response to this situation, she said she did not feel cared for or protected by Twitch's response. There's even a lot of conversations bubbling around the fact that there were security guards at the event that were even laughing about the situation. And I don't know if you've seen the memes circulating around online, but there is a ton of them stating that the security was very lackluster at the event. I do believe with the situation that occurred at this event, it's going to cause a lot of ramifications for Twitch as a whole, and I can see a lot of female streamers also taking a look and reevaluating attending a lot of these IRL events, mainly because a lot of these weird fans and creeper fans that you see online, they do tend to fall into the male category or to the male fan base. Looking at some of these other top global streamers, they tend to run with plenty of protection, such as ISO Speed or Kai Cenat. So it's kind of a question of the matter of why Twitch didn't carry that same perspective when it came down to protection, simply because they had the opportunity, they have the funding, and they are able to make those moves. At an event like this, they definitely should have took that initiative just to make sure that she was protected. The crazy part is the man that assaulted her did in fact not not get touched on his way out of the building. There was even police officers standing outside, and they were not making any moves towards this man as he was exiting. He actually exited freely and untouched. This is why the entire Twitch community is very upset with the whole response from Clancy, as well as the movement from the Twitch platform as a whole during this entire process. Now, looking at this situation from the outside in, I don't see any type of real progress being made here by just the statements that Clancy made. I do believe that Twitch as a whole really should take a look into their protective platform services, as well as when they're hosting IRL events, maybe hiring more security, maybe having more identification steps, maybe at meet and greets even have 2 security guards on standby right at the point of where the line begins and where the line ends, just to make sure that there is no type of altercations or any type of situations that would occur in which someone would get assaulted, just like this situation right here. I don't believe Twitch is going to kind of get away with just stating something simply just to kind of keep the ball rolling on this situation. I do think that the platform is going to have to take a lot of steps in the right direction just to make sure that they make amends for this entire situation. At the end of the day, this situation should have been resolved in a very much so different manner, and the social platforms as well as the streaming platforms that these creators are going on need to really evaluate their safety and protection protocols, both digitally and in the IRL space, during these live events or even digital events in which the community takes part in. I do want to take this time to go ahead and just say thank you to everybody who's made it to this part of the video. I really appreciate it, and also I will be making a lot more Yap content just like this, so if you do enjoy this type of content, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button and make sure you tap that notification bell so you can get my videos all the time.